fields, and I particularly remember in those days we had not very sophisticated tents, just little ridge tents, and we'd all camp in a row. And I just remember every morning at Broadstairs, I'd be up early morning and go out, and his feet were sticking out. There was a mission statement with Eric. It was unlikely tunes on improbable instruments. Unfortunately, I don't have the instrument anymore, but we're going to play the Belfast Hornpipe, which is slightly competitive between the fiddle now and concertina. Originally, it was Nigel and Ralph who were competitive with two concertinas on each. And believe it or not, I used to play this on the bass crumble.
This is actually going to be less competitive than it was in those days. Partly because Colin and I aren't very competitive people anyway, but also I can't play the squeeze box half as well as Ralph used to. I don't remember Ralph ever being a beginner on the concertina. And for those that don't know, he played a McCann duet, which is a very, legendarily difficult instrument to play anyway. But he just seems to have come to it fully formed, and he could play in all sorts of different styles on the instrument. So my first memories of him was going to international concertina events in the 1970s, and he would turn up and be able to play amazing music on that instrument. And at that time, there were lots of much older players still around, and they were wonderful players. They'd come through the whole tradition of concertina music as something that was played, where you played full classical arrangements on the instrument. You set the music up in front of you, and you sat like a classical musician, played in strict time, and you looked at the music and you played very seriously. And then there were other people that could play the kind of musical stuff as well, and other people that were starting to use the instrument for folk as well. And Ralph could do it all. He could do all of those. And I wish, in retrospect, I'd actually asked him how he learned, because at that time there was really nobody to teach you. You just went to a junk shop and bought an instrument and started playing, and somehow he came out as the finished article. So this may not be quite what it was.
Just looking at the photo we had us, I just, in case you're worried, I can actually afford trousers where I don't touch the knee anymore. Those were tough times. The Belfast Hornpipe.
Bye.